We've just come up to Highway 20. We've walked 3 miles today. Yesterday we were supposed to walk. Oh, I guess there might be a campsite here that we were supposed to get to, but we ended up stopping at 10 miles because I was just in too much pain. So we're aiming to get into Sahikin tomorrow. I'm gonna do a narrow into town. Well, it's not really a narrow. We're gonna aim to do 15 today, and then that'll leave us with like 8 or so to do tomorrow to get into Sahikin, which I am really excited about. Like I said, we've just come up to Highway 20 and we were coming up to it and hearing the cars pass, and we were, that's just like so weird. You know, if we stuck out our thumb right there, we could go to Mazama or we could go to Seattle. We could go, away from here. But it's so weird just because, we've been so isolated for the last 7-8 days. So it's funny to think that we're finally near civilization. We've been passing a lot of day hikers, although we did north of Hart's Pass as well. But yeah.
It's a beautiful sight.
We used the toilet, which was very nice actually. It was beautiful. Nice and clean. It had clearly been recently emptied because, well, I'm not going to go into that much detail.
Just put potable water on the other side.
Oh, I don't need water though. Started the morning off okay. We're getting a little bit bickery.
Nah.
I think once I get into Sahikin, I'm gonna make a little Instagram thing of main things to do when hiking with your significant other. 5 things to do.
Bicker.
No. It's the idea of yeah. I'll think about it. I know. So, we made it into camp. Do you want to come and lie down?
I'm scared.
We made it into camp. We walked 15 miles today. It was around 10 miles when we were like, fish, let's set up now. But after doing a map of it in my head, we were like, alright, let's push for it. So, we made it to our 15-mile mark, and now we're only 8 miles from Sahikin. Woo! How are you feeling? It was a
glorious.
It was a glorious day. It was a really shitty day.
It was pretty shitty. It was pretty shitty. Oh, Jesus. On the scale of 1 to shitty, it was definitely shitty squared.
I'm trying to decide what's been the worst days that we've been, what's been the worst day that we've been out here in the 7 days that we've been out here. I'm gonna have to rewatch the videos I've taken just to kind of remember, because I'm mentally blocked some of the days. So today is probably, I'd call it my number 1, but I'm feeling better than yesterday I was feeling really shit at the end of the day.
Yeah. Today's a big win because we only ate we're like a 4 or 5 hour hike from.
Exactly. And I'm actually feeling pretty good. My legs aren't hurting too much. You dropped your pillow. Yeah. My legs aren't hurting too much, my feet aren't really hurting, so I'm kind of like stoked that I'm feeling so good. I mean, the reason why we had to stop at 10 miles was because my leg was giving me all sorts of shit. Same thing as yesterday. But for whatever reason, I've just been saying that, like, I got into a flow and I just was able to push through it for that last 5 miles, and we knocked them out. We had started off pretty fast today, maybe going like 2.5 miles an hour, then going down to like below 2 miles an hour when my leg really kicked in. And then in the last 5 miles,
that is always the one thing.
in the last 5 miles we must have knocked it back up to like 2.5 miles an hour or something. So yeah. And I said like an hour or so before we got into camp, I was like, well, if this camp is full, I'm okay with like continuing on another mile to the next camp.
And then no one was here.
No one's here.
Except for one random stranger.
Yeah. And I've been, making an effort to pick up trash along the trail, but this I wouldn't necessarily call trash. It was a bit of treasure we found at our campsite. Some unopened tortillas. And
they expired in like July.
And we've been eating tortillas.
Have we been eating tortillas?
Well, I would have been some this morning, but now is not this morning. But it makes tomorrow so much easier because before we go into town, we don't have to cook our breakfast or anything. We can just down some peanut butter and honey and cinnamon on a tortilla and then just run into town.
Yeah.
Funny how good I'm feeling considering how shitty the day was. I think I'm pretty pumped right now because we have bare boxes, so we're not sleeping with our food, so that always feels very good.
That's not getting to me after the first night or two.
Yeah, it doesn't get to me anymore, but I don't know, maybe it'll make me sleep better, I don't know. Maybe it won't.
I'm just stoked to be a quick hike.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to rain in the morning, or is it really low, or what was the thing?
No, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. All day.
But it was lower percentage.
In the morning, sure.
We'll double check.
Okay. Day marking our day 7, but we're going into Stehegan. We're gonna take a 0. I'm feeling good. We're actually in bed early, which is really nice for a change. Yeah. So we're gonna wake up super early, try and get an early shuttle. Woohoo! I'm not gonna go into that much detail. I'll probably edit this out, but I could hear the length of time that it took for my poop to hit the bottom.
Oh, you should put that in. That's actually an equation.
Poop to floor. Poop to mound. So, do you want some soap?